what's up, Skullbogger? We're the Imagination Creation Films, and today we're talking about these. The Cooke SP3 full-frame compact T2.4 cinema lenses in RF, E, and L mount. And that textbook Cooke look that shook and hooked your outlook just took your checkbook, and you're fine with it. So before we get started, a little housekeeping. Cooke did send these lenses over to me for review, but no money has changed hands, and Cooke has absolutely no say whatsoever in the review. So you can rest assured that you'll get the same old, fair, lovable, honest, fuzzy review, as always. So if the thought of 2024 makes you laugh, it better damn well not be funny. Subscribe. So there's a ton to go over on these lenses, as well as I'm trying to up my game on these lens tests. So this will be a very comprehensive and detailed review with lots of examples. So buckle up and get ready for the big ride. Here are some timestamps of the various sections. Should you want to skip ahead or various parts, or come back and watch Rex over and over again. It's up to you. So these are the Cooke SP3 full-frame T2.4 cinema lenses available in either Sony E mount, Leica L mount, or Canon RF. And they're extremely compact cinema lenses with, a lot of that Cooke look that, all the kids love and, the adults too. They are really small for Cookes, and they have a 58 millimeter filter thread on the front, except the 100 millimeter, which has a 77 thread. Now, they range from a T24 to a T16, which is a fairly short range, but, quite usable since you really aren't likely to go above T16 anyway. But what are you, a madman? They have a 43.3 millimeter image circle, so they will cover full frame, but they may vignette a little on the red V-Raptor VistaVision sensor at 8K at certain T-stops. 7K any format, that's going to clear. 8K 16:9, it's really close, but it's going to slightly vignette at times. Now, talking about a lens is one thing. Seeing the lens is another. Now, quite literally seeing the lenses. Here's a little short I created with these lenses. I just wanted to expand these reviews to include more real-world uses and, a bunch of other tests. So, enough talking. Let's show that short.
We live in a world of digital everything. As fast and convenient as it seems, those ones and zeros can get in the way. There's something magical about a mechanical hum, alive only when we switch it on. We must physically bring the hum to life. A moment for yourself, a prop that must be burned. An isolated room, and a welcomed hum. The mind is stimulated by so many things and stifled by everything else. The hum has no schedule. It has no background tasks. It has no reminders. It simply exists only when we turn it on. Sometimes it takes a quiet room and a gentle hum to allow our brains to access the emotions, the memories, and the thoughts that allow creation in the way our minds were designed to work. No injected distractions. No exaggerated world. Just you, a piece of paper, an evil prop that must be burned, and the hum.
Okay, well, that was a little short. Now, honestly, I wanted to shoot this short for, well, a while because of how society treats social media and the internet as like everything when it can do more harm than good at times. So, this was shot using all the lenses, and we did, some simple lighting, a little haze, but no filtration. I just wanted to show the lenses as best I could in a controlled studio lighting environment. Now, like I said, I wanted to up my game on these reviews, and I wanted to provide some very specific tests. Now, Duclos Lenses happens to make very large custom branded lens focus charts for sale. So I reached out and perfect. We can now show resolution, detail, and even CA, all thanks to their custom branded chart. Now, this isn't sponsored by Duclos, but it is really cool of them to help the channel out and help us make higher quality reviews so that you can all be more informed of the incredible lenses out there, which, Duclos does happen to sell a ton of, And if you happen to be looking for a custom branded focus chart, they have a variety of charts that they will custom print for you, and they'll even put your company branding or logo on it just for you. Seriously, this is not sponsored. I just wanted to share them a little. If you didn't already know who they are and what they do, DuclosLenses.com. There you go. So I'll roll 3 different clips: the B-roll and comparative test, the focus chart and breathing test, and the flaring test. And then I'll talk about my thoughts on these individual lenses. Now, keep in mind that I was testing these lenses on Super 35 sensors and not full frame, so the characteristics could be exaggerated on full frame.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder. How come the trees get undressed when it's cold? And don't they miss the leaves they left behind? Could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes? Until winter comes? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder. Ooh, I just wonder. Wonder. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder.
Okay, I know that was a lot of tests and, well, lengthy videos, but seriously, I wanted you to be able to compare objectively the lenses in a variety of conditions and for a variety of qualities. This was the best way I could handle it in my mind. And I figure it's better to have too much information than not enough, right? So now let's go over what I think of them. Now the 25mm is fairly sharp at T2.4 in the middle, but quickly goes wild on the edges. Then it starts to clear up at T4. It is fairly clean and sharp at T5.6. Now the chromatic aberration is pretty wild on this lens, but also clears up around T5.6. Focus breathing, yeah, it's prominent. Bokeh is, well, actually very pretty for a 25mm at T2.8 and even at T4. Only slightly ovaled on the edges, and flaring on the 25 shows a bit of color and very little wash, although it can generate some textured wash at T4. The 32mm is nicely sharp in the middle, and it gets funky on the edges. Like the 25mm, it starts to clear up around T4 and is pretty sharp at T5.6. CA is the strongest on this lens, but it appears differently than the other lenses. It shows up at times when you least expect it, and it isn't there when you thought it would be. It's very strong at T2.4 and T2.8, and it does clear up around T5.6, although you can occasionally get it to show up at T8 in the harshest of conditions. Now, focus breathing is about the same as the 25. It's clearly there. Bokeh at 2.8 is, well, it's nice. It moves to more of a egg-shaped circles on the edges. And at T4, bokeh is it's a little smallish, but nice. Now the hint of the 9-blade iris does show up around T4. Flaring is subdued compared to the 25. The same colors can be seen on the 32 as the 25, but they're kind of much larger and more muted in color. They do gain more color as you stop down, but you do start to get a little more wash flare in the 32 as well. This is the lens with the most character, in my opinion, and also happens to be one of my favorites because of it. It's a really funky lens, and it does seem to add a bit of magic to images from it. Now, sure, the CA is strong, yeah, but there's just something about this lens. It really spoke to me. Now, the 50mm oddly isn't super sharp in the middle at T2.4, and the edges are, well, like the others, rather wild at T2.4, but it does sharpen up at T4 a little sooner than the others. Focus breathing is basically the same as the 32 and the 25. They all breathe about the same, which, if you're going to have breathing, at least have consistent breathing. That's what I say. Now, nice bokeh, wide open, and the 9 blades do start. You definitely don't want that. 9 blades start to show up at T4. Pretty consistent shape on the bokeh on the edges at T4. CA is fairly strong wide open to T4, where it cleans up sooner than the others. And at T4 and above, it rarely ever shows any CA, unlike my puberty, which seems to do my voice cracking. Now, flaring is mostly wash type flaring on the 50. You can easily fill the entire frame with a low contrast wash flare. Now, moving on, this 75mm is, well, honestly like the 32. It's fairly super sharp in the middle and very funky on the edges at T2.4. Like the 50mm, this 75 gets very sharp at T4 and stays that way. At T5.6, it's one of the sharpest lenses of the set. Now, CA is very strong wide open and basically gone by T4. The 75 has a little more breathing than the previous three. Even nicer bokeh, as to be expected from 75, and flaring is similar to the 50, with mostly wash. It is much more controlled than the 50 though, sometimes not even showing up at all. And finally, the 100mm is by far one of the best performing lenses of the group, and my personal favorite. Wide open, it is pretty sharp, and at T4, it's simply sharp. Now, CA is very strong at T2.4 and it cleans up at T5.6 and only somewhat visible at T4. Breathing is by far the largest on the 100, much more than the 75. And, that being said, the 100 has exceptionally nice bokeh. Just big and beautiful, and it just feels very nice. Flaring is much less on the 100, with some rainbow arcs kind of passing through the entire frame. And it's difficult to get it to wash, although I did get it to wash a little on occasion. It's kind of funny. The 32 and the 75 are very closely matched, but I really like the 32 and the 100 as my favorites of the set. They just had this like beautiful look with all the funkiness. These 5 very cool lenses are very useful in my opinion. I would love to see 3 more focal lengths, maybe like an 18 or a 20, a 65, and a 135 millimeter. I think that would make this, well, it'd make this set almost impossible to not consider, even for smaller owner operators. So what are the pros and cons? Well, pros. The Cooke look. Yeah, honestly, these are very close, not perfect, not exact, but very nice lenses and compare nicely with the rest of the Cooke line. Construction and feel, they're very compact and very well-built lenses. They feel really nice pulling focus, or iris. They're surprisingly heavy lenses for their size. And they're, nicely constructed out of metal, not plastic. Price? Well, these are by far the most affordable Cookes you can get at a little over $21,000 for a set of 5 US. Cons. CA is, well, honestly one of those strange things that once someone points it out to you, you kind of begin to see it everywhere. You can find it in some of the priciest glass out there. Now, sometimes that CA is minimized so much that you don't really notice it. And other times it stands out like a sore thumb. Don't look at my thumbs. Or even as bad as like an old red and blue 3D movie. You remember the old glasses? Some of you kids may not understand that. But I kind of stopped thinking of CA as a pure negative and look at it more aesthetically and how it plays into the overall look of the lenses as a whole. These lenses, they have CA. But I honestly think they pair nicely with the edge softness and the funkiness that gives Cooke their 3D look, or that Cooke look. But no matter how you slice it, you can see CA from these lenses, especially wide open. Now, being so small, they don't exactly match up to full-size cinema glass when it comes to matte boxes and other things, etc. So you're going to need to adapt a few things. Honestly, a great way to do that is to use some adapters from SimonLens.com. They have some really cool adapters and even some custom lens caps to help make everything more of a standard for you. They just happen to be with this kit, and I found them really cool and usable. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, the last con, they're only available in RF, Leica L, and Sony E-mount, no PL. And although I completely understand it's simply not possible, wouldn't it have been awesome if they could get those in a PL? Yeah. So what do you think about all these lenses? The tests, the examples, the shorts, the B-roll? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. I'd love to know your thoughts. And is it too much, too little? Would you like me to continue to do this, expand upon it, make 3-hour reviews? Gotta let me know in the comment section. If you don't leave any comment, I won't know. So you gotta leave something, Also, remember to like and subscribe and tell all your friends and support the channel by purchasing through any of the affiliate links down below, especially this Cooke lens set through B&H. Your small contribution can help make this channel fantastic. Also, do you know you can really stand out, become like a channel member as well? Yeah. It allows you to be part of the Cool Kids Club, like these top tier members. And as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions.